So first delivery, and it's a wicket. So just to get you updated here, Kingston won the toss, elected to field. And its first delivery, batter looks to be Gosling, out caught behind. So Bailey picks up the wicket, first delivery of the game. St. Thomas are now 0-for-1. New batter looks to be Wilson. Timane Wilson. Yes, Timane Wilson. So good start there by Bailey. So just to tell you the Kingston lineup. So Jaban Buchanan, Romain Morris, Joel Yohan, Andre Bailey, Michael Riley, Nikolai McKenzie, Justin Allam, Akeem Fraser, Patrick Harty, Carlton Forbes, and Carlton Green. Captain is Akeem Fraser. We'll run through the St. Thomas team shortly. Bailey into Wilson. That one was a good Yorker delivery. Dug out down to mid-off, no run. We'll try and get the St. Thomas team. Bailey. Good line, just on about half stump. Worked on the onside. Midon does the fielding, no run. Guys, as you join, remember to like the live, share the stream, support the live goals if you can. Bailey. Again, worked up on the onside. No run. So the St. Thomas team, Reno Sinclair, Roshane Berger, Timane Wilson, Jair Campbell, Dwayne Gosling, looks to be Carlton Thompson, Lindo Davis, Martin Burnett, and Johnson. That's worked down to fine leg. That should go for 4. There was some glove on it, so it's 4 runs. So St. Thomas are off the mark. 4 now for 1. Bailey to continue. Batsman just plays inside the line. Ball goes to keeper, no run. End of the over. 4 for 1 at the end of the over. So coming from the Michael holding end is Carlton Green. Worked out into the mid-wicket region. They'll get one. Just awaiting confirmation of the other batter. Thanks for the likes. This is Green to Wilson. That's inside. They will should have been a single. Non-striker wasn't interested. Man at backward square had to move around. Single wasn't taken. Green to Wilson. Down the leg side. Stopped by the keeper. No run. So the other opener is Berger. Outside the off stump, goes through to the keeper. Green into Wilson, allows it to go by. Good pace here. Also some bounce. Green into Wilson. Swung outside, misses. End of the over. So at the end of it, St. Thomas are now 5 for 1. With Wilson on 4, Berger on 1. Welcome guys, as you join, please remember to tap the screen. Hit that follow button, share the live if you can, support the live goals. Bailey to continue from the Courtney Walsh end. The northern end. Bailey edged, and that's down to the gully region. Stopped. No run. Bailey up to the wicket now. Worked out to square leg, no run. Bailey. That's short. Just about helmet height. Plays and misses, goes over his head. Keeper collects. This is Savannah Park. Bailey up to Berger now. Works it back up the pitch. No run. Bailey into Berger. Down the leg side. That was wayward. They get a single, should be a bye. Signal now by the umpire. Bailey now to Wilson. Work down the leg side. Keeper gets a glove to it. Fine leg will finish up. So they get one. Well, it's a leg by signal by the umpire. Score goes up now to 7 for 1. End of the over. Green to continue from the southern end, the Michael holding end here at Savannah Park. He'll be bowling to Timani Wilson. Comes up to the wicket now. Worked well down the leg side. Doesn't get a touch on it. Goes through to the keeper. Green into Wilson. Worked out to square leg. Chance for a run out. He gets back in time. No run. Green Worked to square leg. No run. Green into Wilson. Misses the ball outside the half stump. Green into high in the air, chance for a catch and out. So the short delivery works. Wilson goes for one. Ball lopped to square leg, easy catch. St. Thomas now in trouble, 7 for 2. Good morning, Sir Pinnock. Just awaiting the confirmation as to the new batsman. Green in. That seemed to have surprised the batsman somewhat. Worked to square leg. Does the fielding. No run, end of the over. So successful over there for Carlton Green. Picks up the wicket of Wilson. Score now 7 for 2. Bailey to continue to Berger, stroked up to the man at mid-off. No run. Good morning, Sheila. Welcome. Bailey to Berger. Tries to pull. No run. New batsman seems to be Reno Sinclair. Guys, remember to like the live as you join. Share the stream if you can. Bailey up to Berger. Short delivery. Tries to pull, misses, goes through to the keeper. There's two very vocal St. Thomas supporters. Bailey to continue to Berger. That's work down to the backward square boundary, 4 runs. Bit of an innocuous shot. Goes for 4. Bailey into Berger. Edge and caught. So Berger goes for 3. No, 5 it is. St. Thomas now 11 for 3. Deep trouble here. Bailey picks up his 2nd wicket. New man looks to be that of Captain Jair Campbell. This is Campbell. So losing wickets early here, St. Thomas. Said there are 2 very vocal St. Thomas supporters just to my left. Bailey into Campbell. Edged and down to the gully, it fell short. So early signs of hostility here by Bailey. Bailey into Campbell. It's hit him on the pads, goes down the leg side. We'll get a leg by here. Signal no by the umpire.
pace of them boats that are good over. You have pace for something like that. Come on. And you know the bad ball at the boat, and the white ball. Alright, 25. Now the captain serve you. And she get her in the corner.
So end of that over. 11 now for 3 St. Thomas. Morning to you, Sheila. Green. It is to continue. He'll be bowling to Jair Campbell. The captain for St. Thomas. Kingston with 2 slips, a gully, man at backward point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, backward square and a fine leg.
So wait for them, very slow.
Green into Campbell. Outside the line of the off stump allows it to go by through to the keeper. Green into Campbell. In behind it. Works back up the pitch, no run. Green into Campbell. Worked out to the man at backward point. No run. This game is St. Thomas versus Kingston, the reverse leg. It's being played at Sabina Park. Green into Campbell. Again, worked down behind square on the offside. They'll get one. Backup complete. Prevents any further runs. So 1 run. Score goes up now to 13 for 3. Thank you so much, Sheila, for the rose. Green into Sinclair. Played straight up the ground. Forbes does the fielding, no run. Green into Sinclair. Pulled. That will be 1 bounce into the mid-wicket fence. So 4 runs to Sinclair. Score now goes up to 17 for 3 at the end of the over. Good morning to you, Freckles. Bailey to continue. He'll be bowling to Campbell. Played up the ground. That should run away for 4. It's slowing up just at the boundary, but we'll get there. 4 runs now. So 21, the score goes up to now for 3. Bailey into that will be down the leg side, will run away for 4 byes. So wayward there from Bailey, gave the keeper no chance. Score now goes up to 25 for 3. Bailey again to Campbell, and that will run away for 4. So through a wideish mid-off position, 4 runs. Campbell now moves up to 8, I make it, or 9. Score goes up to 29 now for 3. Bailey into edged through the gap and goes for 4. So it goes to where a 3rd slip would have been, down to the boundary for 4. Streaky boundary, but a boundary nonetheless. 33 now for 3. Bailey into Campbell, no run. Bailey to continue to edge and out. There was a sound. Not out, says the umpire. There was a sound. End of the over. 33 now for 3. Campbell survives. So Green to continue to Sinclair down the leg side of the pad, just no run. Green to continue. To Sinclair. Hit over the top. That will run away for 4. Gets to the boundary. 4 runs. 37. Now for 3. Sinclair goes up to 8. Campbell on 13. Green into Sinclair. That one pitched, went away. Batsman tried to hit him over the top again, missed. Green into Sinclair. No run. Green to continue. In behind it is Sinclair. No run. Green into Sinclair. That's hit over mid-wicket. That will clear the stands 6 runs. End of the over. Sinclair goes up to 19. Score goes up to 43 now for 3. Thank you for the likes. So you will hear some horns, vuvuzelas to away in the distance. There's a sports day to the next door to the venue. Bailey into Campbell. Let's go shoot to the keeper, no run.
So we need 2 participants from each host. I'm leaving it exactly at 45. It's not 45.
Bailey into Campbell. Pulled. That is in front of square. That should run away. Does so now. 4 runs. Just in front of the Kingston Cricket Club stand. Campbell moves to 17. 47 now for 3. Bailey into Campbell. Worked on the onside, won't get a single. Tigress, welcome. Bailey into Campbell. Hit over the top. That will be 1 bounce over long on. 4 more runs. So St. Thomas dealing in boundaries here. Bailey into Campbell. Worked out into the offside. No run. Bailey into Campbell. In the behind it. Mid off does the fielding, no run. End of the over. So St. Thomas are batting. So, new bowler from the southern end is Carlton Forbes. That's the Michael holding end. He'll be bowling to Sinclair. Forbes in. Worked on the onside. Once a single, they'll get it. Man at mid wicket there was just a bit deep. Dale Elliott, big up to you, sir. Thank you for joining. Forbes into Campbell, allows it to go by outside the off stump. Ginger Nell, welcome. Hey, it's Jay. Forbes into Campbell, edged and out. So Forbes comes into the attack, picks up the wicket of Captain Campbell, flashed outside the half stump, a thin edge through to the keeper, and the umpire sends him on his way. 52 now for 4. So what's clear with these St. Thomas players is they're gonna be hit or miss. There's no in between. New batter looks to be Wallace. We'll just check. Thompson. Let me see which Thompson that is.
And we have the judges, please. Judges, we have a query here from Ward.
Looks to be Cortland Thompson or Corland Thompson. Cricket Jamaica official, welcome to you, sir.
Okay,
So skies are getting a bit overcast here. Forbes to continue. In behind it is Thompson. Worked it out to the leg side. The bowler does the fielding. No run. Good morning to you, Leon. So Forbes now to just change the angle of attack coming around the wicket. Forbes into Thompson. Work down to the gully region. Riley. Riley does the fielding. No run. And I sense that there's a bit of rain in the air. I could be wrong. Forbes to continue into. It was hit back to Forbes, went down, couldn't get down in time. Got a hand to it, half stopped it, no run. Oh, come on. Guys, do remember to tap the screen, keep the live active. Just got the first puzzle for the morning. Bailey to continue. He'll be bowling to Sinclair, who is on 15. Guys, remember to tap the screen. Get me up to 5K likes. Bailey starts his run up into Sinclair, edge down to the backward point region. No run. Score is now 52 for 4. We are in over number 11. So going at just over 5 and over, but they've lost 4 wickets. Bailey into Sinclair, edged and short of the man at that looks to be a wideish gully position. I think he was a little bit too deep. Bailey into Sinclair. That's 4. That's 4. That's smacked through cover point. It was 4 from it left the bat. Remix Dean, good morning. Guys, remember to tap the screen. It helps to keep the channel active. Bailey into Sinclair. That's high in the air. Chance. Bailey settles and takes the catch. So Sinclair goes. Caught and bowled by Bailey. Water being signaled onto the field now. So we'll have drinks here. 58 it is now for 5. Make that with Bailey. Bailey, that's Bailey's 3rd wicket. So we'll have drinks. We'll get confirmation as to the new batter. Guys, remember to tap the screen, get the likes up. Everyone can power tap for 30 seconds. New batsman is Dominic Lindo. So a bit of overcast conditions. Hi Shauna. Bailey into Lindo, no run. very cool conditions here now. Bailey to continue to Lindo. Plays outside the off stump, misses. Hitty 797. As I suspect that there might be spin on the way. Two helmets are coming out. So the new bowler is young Nikolai Mackenzie. Member of the winning Grey Shield team, Excelsior High School. Mackenzie in. Loud appeal and out. First delivery. He picks up a wicket. Batter still standing there. He has to go. That's Thompson. So Mackenzie picks up a wicket, first delivery. Score now 58, it is now for 6. As the sun begins to peek itself back out there from behind the clouds. Just awaiting my scorer to inform me as to the new batsman. Shane. Mackenzie, wide of the off stump, allowed to go through to the keeper. That's O'Shane Burnett, the new man. Mackenzie in, stroke up to the man at extra cover. No run. Mackenzie back up the pitch. No run. Welcome. As you join, please remember to like the live. Mackenzie in. Left alone, keeper collects, no run. Nikolai Mackenzie to continue. Loud appeal for stumping. Not out, says the umpire. End of the over. So a maiden wicket to Mackenzie. 58 now for 6. And Forbes will be taking up the bowling from the northern end. That's the Courtney Walsh end. He'll be bowling to Lindo. Forbes into Lindo. Good delivery. Batsman was beaten outside the off stump. Thank you for the likes. Forbes to continue into Lindo. Good delivery again. And the stumps played out to the man at extra cover, no run. Forbes into Lindo. In behind it. Man at extra cover does the feeding again. No run. Forbes into Lindo. That one moved a bit, pitched, came back into the left-hander. Goes through to the keeper, no run. Forbes in. That one kept a bit low. Didn't carry to the keeper. No run. Beaten outside the off stump again is Lindo. End of the over. Make that another maiden over. Burnett to face up to Mackenzie. Advantage on the wicket. Well, it doesn't leave the crease. Looks like he got back in time. Mackenzie. Left again outside the half stump, go through to the keeper. Worked up on the offside, no run. Mackenzie again. Same result, no run. Mackenzie. Work back up the pitch. No run. And another dot ball. So maiden over makes it now 3 in a row. 58 now for 6. Score remains. Forbes flashes outside the half stump is Lindo. Misses through to the keeper. Forbes into Lindo, outside the half stump, misses again. Keeper collects. Forbes into, well, he aborts the run. Dead ball signaled by the umpire. Forbes into Lindo. Worked out into the offside. They go for a single. Fielder was a bit backward at point. Ball went square. 59 now for 6. Forbes to continue to Burnett. Beat outside the half stump. Keeper collects. Forbes into Burnett. Fielder is at backward point, does the fielding. Forbes into Burnett. Hit up to mid off. No run. End of the over. 59. I make it for 6. Mackenzie to continue from the southern end. Batsman in behind a bit late on that one. No run. Mackenzie down the leg side, no run. Mackenzie again into Lindo. Loud appeal for leg before. Not out. Umpire indicating it was going down the leg. Hi, Allian. Mackenzie. Batsman works it to the man at short leg, no run. Edge and caught. So brilliant catch there by the man at backward point. That's Bailey. Mackenzie picks up his second wicket. Still yet to concede a run. 50. See, the board has 57. Some correction was made. It's 57 now for 7. So Mackenzie with his second wicket. New man is Tashawn Martin. Or Tashawn Martin. Mackenzie to continue. Into Martin. You can clearly see this batter has no batting capabilities. End of the over. 57 for 7. Forbes will continue, it looks like, from the northern end. He'll be bowling to Burnett, I believe. So Forbes to continue into Burnett. That one was cut down to the man at backward point. No run. Guys, do remember to tap the screen, share the live if you can, and support the live goals. Forbes into Burnett. No run. Forbes to continue. No run. Short. Batsman tries to pull, misses, goes through to the keeper. Umpire signals one bouncer for the over. Forbes into hedged and out. So Forbes picks up his second. Burnett has to go. 57 now for 8. St. Thomas in dire straits. New batter is Devon Davis. Forbes will continue to the new man Davis. In hit, stopped by the man at extra cover, no run. Forbes into Davis. Tugged the mid on, chance to run out, and he's safe. The bowler in backing up dropped the ball, allowed the non-striker to regain his ground in the end of the over. 57 now for 8 St. Thomas. Mackenzie to continue from the southern end. Mackenzie into, that's high, tugged out to square leg, won't get to the boundary. They should get two runs completed. That's Martin. Mackenzie into Martin. Tugged through the man at mid-on hands. Run out chance. Safe. Man there at a straightish mid-on position was hit hard, went straight through his hands. Fielded by the man at deepish mid-on. Throw came in, but it missed. Single taken. 60 now for 8. Mackenzie to continue. Hit out into the mid-wicket region. They'll get 1. That's Davis. These two batsmen just hitting now. Kenzie in. Push back up the pitch, no run. Mackenzie into Martin. That just misses the off stump. Mackenzie push back up the pitch, no run, end of the over. $61 for 8. Just about another 30 minutes to the lunch and interval. Sure, Kingston would love to get these next 2 wickets very quickly. And eat away into that total before the lunch and interval. Forbes to Davis. Wide outside the half stump, no run. Ginger Harperton, good morning. lobs into Davis. Bold. So the off stump goes rocking back. Not sure what's happening here. 9 wickets are down. Players are leaving. It looks like St. Thomas are playing one short. So 61 for 9. That looks to be the end of the innings. So St. Thomas playing one short. $61 for 9, essentially 61 all out. Hi Sheila, thanks for the likes. So I'm just trying to get the scores.
Okay, so it is exactly 11:05. At 11:40, we'll have our 400 meters. That is a unisex race. Participants each host, and the captain of that race. So we have our 400 meters.
So just another 25 minutes to the lunch and interval. There'll be a 10-minute changeover here. So Kingston will have around 15 minutes to bat until lunch. $72 overs remains. 72 overs remain. So 28 overs were bowled this morning. Thank you for the likes. Just trying to get the app on the other phone. Just to give you some updates. As the ground staff does their due diligence. Thank you so much, Sheila, for the likes. Thank you for the like, Sheila. Appreciate it. So just getting the scorecards open here. Thank you for the rose. Scorecard. Okay, so first to go was Dwayne Gosling. He was caught. Morris Bull Bailey, he made 0. Berger was caught. Romain Morris Bull Bailey for 5. Timane Wilson caught Mackenzie Bull Carlton Green for 4. Reno Sinclair caught and Bull Andre Bailey, he made 19. Captain Campbell, Jared Campbell, was caught. Romain Morris Bull Carlton Forbes for 21. Innings closed, Sir Pinnock. 62 for 9. Codan Thompson, Romain Morris, caught Romain Morris, Bull Mackenzie. He made 0. Dominic Lindo caught Andre Bailey, Bull Nikolai Mackenzie, he made 1. Shane Burnett was caught. Romain Morris, Bull Carlton Forbes for 0. Tashawn Martin was not out on 3, and Devon Davis was bowled by Carlton Forbes for 1. So Romain Morris with 5 in terms of dismissals here. Bailey, 6 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 33. Carlton Green, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 16. Carlton Forbes, 4.2 overs, 2 maidens, 3 wickets for 2 runs. Nikolai Mackenzie, 4 overs, 3 maidens, 2 wickets for 4 runs. So the St. Thomas team are making their way out onto the field. Warm-up process, I haven't seen the umpires as yet. Fall off wickets were 0, 7. Gosling 0, Wilson 7, Berger 12, 53, 57, 57, 58 for 7, 58 for 8, and 62 for 9. Openers for Kingston should be Javon Buchanan and Romain Morris. I think Kingston will be looking to bat until just after tea here. Try to get a lead of maybe 1:30 and ask St. Thomas to bat again. Umpires making their way out now. It would appear that way, Sir Pinnock. They are playing one short. So if Kingston could overall this total and get a lead of maybe 1:30 by sometime after tea, St. Thomas could be batting again today. And who knows, it may end today. Going based off the batting display we've seen this morning. with only 2 players reaching double figures. That's Rita Sinclair and Derek Campbell. Thank you so much for the likes. Appreciate it. So here comes St. Thomas now. Batters are emerging from the club stand. Looks to be Buchanan out first. Yet to see the who's opening. Look, that's Morris. Emerges now. So just about 15 minutes before the lunch and interval. Just to give you a bit of updates on the other games. St. Elizabeth 26 for 2. Game seemed to have started late against Manchester. Clarendon 57 for 2 versus St. Catherine CA. Trelawney 73 for 2 versus Hanover. Jamaica Defence Force are 140 for 4 and they're facing Boys Town. Lucas 77 for 3. They're up against Kensington. Not sure what's going on with the Michael Police game. I've seen 2 innings already. Kingston and St. Andrew 85 for 6. They're going up against Melbourne, and UA 46 for 3 versus St. Catherine CC. So we're ready to go here. Buchanan to face, worked on the onside. They will pick up a single. We'll just get the bowler. That's Burnett, or Shane Burnett. Thank you so much, Sheila, for the likes. Burnett into Morris. That's down the leg side. Goes through the keeper. Doesn't cost a run. Burnett into Morris. Down the leg side, collected by the keeper. Keeper looks to be Sinclair. Burnett into Morris. Outside the off stump allows it to go by through to the keeper. Next gen, welcome. Burn it into Morris. Stroke, well, that's edge through third man. That will run away to the boundary. Gets there now. 4 runs. So Morris off the mark. Score now up to 5 without loss. Burnett into Morris. Worked out to square leg. No run. End of the over. 5 without loss. Suspect we'll get in another 2 overs here before the lunch and interval. Just waiting confirmation for the bowler. Bowler is Devon Davis. So St. Thomas with a 2 slips, a man at third man. Cover point, extra cover, mid off, mid on, square leg. That's wide. Signaled now by the umpire. So let's go back again. 2 slips, a man at third man. Cover, point, mid off, mid on, square leg. Davis cut out to backward point region. They should get 2 here. Turns for the second now. Outfield a bit heavy here. So Buchanan picks up 2. Score now goes up to 8 without loss. Davis into Buchanan. Stroked up through mid off. That will run away. Will run close to the boundary. Gets the ropes now. 4 runs. So beautiful shot there by Buchanan. Just eased into it. Stroked it wide at the man at mid off. And it ran away for 4. $12 now without loss. Davis into Buchanan. Cut out to cover. That again will run away. Will get to the boundary now. So 4 more to Buchanan. Dealing in boundaries here. Score now up to 16 without loss. Buchanan moves up to 11. Davis into Buchanan, allows it to go by to the wicket keeper. No run. Davis pushed up on the offside, no run. Davis pulled viciously out the mid wicket, one bounce into the fence, 4 runs. So Buchanan collecting 3/4 from that over, moves up now to 15, score up to 20 without loss. And we'll get one more over here before the lunch break, definitely. Morris to face to Burnett. That's down the leg side. Gets away from the keeper. Called through for a single. Bye should be signaled now by the umpire. So one more to the total. In behind it is Buchanan. No run. So 21 without loss. Burnett into Buchanan, worked to square leg, backward square leg position, no run. So we'll end this session at the lunch and interval, and we'll restart the live at the beginning of the second session, the post-lunch session. Burnett into Buchanan. Punch back up the pitch, no run. ZJ Ecstatic, good morning. So Kingston in reply to St. Thomas's 62 for 9. They're batting one short. Currently 21 without loss. Approaching the lunch and interval now. Burnett into Buchanan, worked to the backward square again, straight to the fielder, no run. Burnett into Buchanan. That's into the batsman and he's out. That ball moved. Buchanan has to go right on the stroke of lunch. .21 now for 1. that should be lunch, and they're looking to get in another over here. It is in fact lunch. So what should have been the last delivery picks up a wicket. Buchanan goes. So say Kingston in reply to St. Thomas is 62 all out. 21 for 1 at lunch. So thank you guys for joining me this morning. I will be closing off the live here and restarting at the beginning of the post-lunch session. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Please join me in about 40 minutes or so for the post-lunch session. Cheers.